Matt Campbell is expected to become the new head coach at Penn State. And after a lot of time has gone by since Pat Kraft gave James Franklin his walking papers and has hired a new head coach, I got to say, landing on Matt Campbell is a really, really, really good thing for the Penn State Nittany Lions. Going to tell you why. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year-round. If you're into that, hit that subscribe button, like this video, answer the question in the comments below. How do you feel about Matt Campbell becoming the new head coach at Penn State? Because I feel fantastic about it. I really, really, really like Matt Campbell, and I've really liked Matt Campbell for a very long time. Number one, he is as real as they come. That man believes everything he says, and he walks it like he talks it. Number two, he's a ball coach. He is a ball coach. He is about it. He refers to his players not as players or guys, as dudes, but men. He says men a lot, and he's expecting them to purport themselves that way. He is a man that showed up to Iowa State, saw that it was in the dumpster, and that did not cow him not one bit. He said, cool, sounds like a place where I can go to work. And that's exactly what he did. It has been the best sustained run of success that they have had. I'm getting to the conference championship game, making a major bowl game and winning it. The Fiesta Bowl 2020 with Brock Purdy, before people knew that Brock Purdy was that dude. Breece Hall, unanimous All-American, the first one to do that in over 20 years at Iowa State. Turning that place into one that can compete for championships, that can be ranked to start the season because we expect them to be good. Forget the 72-55 record. Forget the record they got this year. Remember that Matt Campbell showed up to Iowa State in much the same way that, say, Deion Sanders showed up to Colorado and turned it into a winner. Almost overnight is not what he did. He built it to withstand what was coming, the foundations for which he decided to base his player evaluations on and the kind of guys he brought in. He had some really talented players that came to him that didn't work out because they didn't play Matt Campbell football. Like there's a lot of coaches that fall back on we get our guys because we don't get 5 stars and we don't get 4 stars. We don't get blue chip players. Matt Campbell doesn't say that. He goes and gets them. And then he turns them into the kind of guys that the NFL wants at wide receiver, at quarterback, Rocco Beck, at tailback, Breece Hall, at defensive back, Mike Rose is one of my favorite players in that John Haycock defense. And by the way, if he doesn't bring John Haycock with him, I'd be shocked. That defense each and every year overperformed. I don't care what anybody wants to say about it. With the players they had and the development that they've had at Ames, they had been a perennial great. This is going to be a tough job for Jamie Pollard to fill, but I already think he should be looking back to the place where he went, Toledo. Go get Jason Candle right now. Right now. Go get that man is waiting and has been waiting for too long, in my estimation, for a Power 4 job. You got to go look at that dude. If he's still around after this, okay, maybe you found somebody better, but off the rip, go right back to the well. And the guy that Matt Campbell used to coach with, both of those guys are Midwest like you read about. But the story that I love to tell about Matt Campbell, actually, there are 2 stories I love to tell about Matt Campbell. He inherited a program that was so bad that when they got good, they didn't know how to act. Like they had a down year, 2021 following 2020. And they had the nerve to say, why aren't we good? And I'm like, how does it feel for Iowa State fans to be like, yo, we had a down year. What's going on, Matt Campbell's like, you're welcome. That's just it. You're welcome. That's what the expectation has become here at Jack Trice when we play football. And he's also been able to turn over the roster and trust his players to turn themselves up and say, hey, this isn't working like they did last year when they the year before last, when they flipped it into the kind of program that could go compete. If they had beaten Arizona State, they're getting in the college football playoff. It's that simple. And they would have done it the same year that Penn State did it for the first time, which is another thing that's just wild to think about. And while you're compare Iowa State's record this year to Penn State's record this year, and then compare who they played. Okay? Do that. Tell me where you come out. Tell me how you feel about that team, right? Knowing what Iowa State was able to do to Iowa, which is the team that the college football playoff continues to believe is a really good program. I don't see it, but they do, and I'm looking at 8-4 8-4 Iowa State in the run they got started on, man, where they beat a top 25 program. They beat Iowa, who is a top 25 program, And basically it fell apart after the Arizona game, but they were decimated by injury. Had they been able to keep that team together, I have no doubt that they would have been able to come back against Cincinnati, Colorado, even BYU there where they got pummeled. Arizona State's a little bit different. Then they go on a 3-game win streak to finish the season just to show you what kind of resolve that they have. But that's nothing new for Matt Campbell, because Matt Campbell is also the guy who told me, and I believe this with my whole heart, hey, at Iowa State, we got to go up the rough side of the mountain. And he loves that stuff. He loves it like I love it. He loves the grind. If it's about suffering, I know I can win. That's what I say. That's what Matt Campbell says. That's what Brent Venables says. Now, you would much rather be more talented than everybody, but you know what? Some of us ain't built that way. Some of us are going, no. Don't hit me with no hour-long criterium race. Hit me with a 100-mile race. I will win. Why? Because somebody's going to fall off, and I don't fall off. That's not what happens here. We stay on, and we keep pedaling. We keep grinding. Oh, more to the point, dog. Like, there's two kinds of dudes in this world. There's the guy like Goku who gets his behind kicked by Vegeta, lets Vegeta walk out of his good graces when Krillin got the samurai sword right there to put it in him. In Vegeta, who I end up, being the most like when it comes around to all of this. But Goku says, let me get up out of this hospital. Let me get back in the spaceship. Let me crank up the gravity to 20. Me versus 20 times the weight of gravity. And let me get these 10,000 sit-ups in before I got to go to work. Because I know Vegeta got stronger. I know that some other dudes probably got stronger too. He don't know Frieza down there waiting on him too. And his homies trying to hold it down till he get there. That is how Matt Campbell is built. And now you finna give him the opportunity to level up, to find another to go Super Saiyan Blue at Penn State with those resources. My God, I'm so excited for him. Matt Campbell is also a great player coming out of Massillon, Ohio. Played a year at Pitt, didn't like it. Was an All-American caliber defensive end. He saw a bunch of dudes running in one direction down a highway, jogging, said Mountain Union across his chest. And he decided that was the kind of team he wanted to join. That's what he's made of. He looked at dudes suffering on the highway and said, that's what I want to do. Went up there to go to work, go play for Larry Karras, right? Who's a legend. If you don't know much about Larry Karras, you need to get up on game. One of the greatest college football coaches who ever lived, period. But the way that Larry Karras told Matt Campbell playing for him would look like, I love this. He said, imagine making a fist. Now take your fist, put it against concrete, and grind it into that concrete. If you can do that, you can play football for me. Holy smokes. You know how many of these Minecraft, Fortnite dudes would be out here not wanting to play football no more, turning into basketball players real quick. You put that in front of them. I'm telling you, you want to get them sussed out. That's how you get them sussed out. That's how you get them sussed out right there. Hey, who is willing to go condition their hands? Huh? I went to go see Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair, because I love that movie. I love both those movies. I think they're perfect. But hey, look, Pai Mei, that's what you're getting to Matt Campbell. Now he ain't gonna be as mean as Pai Mei, but don't tick him off. You might find out when he says, "Hey, what if your enemy is 3 feet in front of you and you got it, or 3 inches in front of you? You got to punch through it." That wood should fear your fist. You should not fear that wood. That is what Matt Campbell is bringing to Penn State, man. I'm so excited for y'all. Like I really am. I'm over the moon for this. Like, I love this. This is a great hire. I didn't think anybody could pull him out of Iowa State because he said no to so many other opportunities that look good, but he's like, Jets head coach? Nah, I don't want to do none of that. West Virginia? Why? That's a step down. And he kept doing it all the way down as we continue to learn over and over. That dude was waiting on this job to open up because I think he wanted to get to the Big Ten, but you don't want to get to the Big Ten for it. And I'm going to throw somebody on the bus here. Rutgers. You don't want to get to the Big Ten for Rutgers. You don't want to get to the Big Ten for throw somebody on the bus here. Northwestern, who's good. Purdue, who's good sometimes, but not this year. You wanted to get there, and no disrespect to Indiana, what they've been able to do. You wanted Penn State. You wanted Michigan. You wanted Ohio State. You wanted one of those 3 jobs. That's what people think of when they think about going to the Big Ten. They don't think about the rest of this. Now he's in there. Now he's a Nittany Lion, and he's going to build it in such a way that it can sustain and it can win. All right, Pat Kraft, you did it. Now let that man cook. Whew. So excited for y'all.